There we go. Hi everyone, welcome back to Katarina's Garage. My name is Katarina Lloyd, and today, well, we're going to be fixing this front bumper cover. Well, at least partially. It's not going to be a absolutely perfect repair, because I don't really feel like sanding and all that stuff. Plus, I don't have the proper saw to cut down my bar stock to actually reinforce this. Now, I could fiberglass, and I do have a bunch of fiberglass, but I don't really want to fiberglass this either. Just a pain in the ass. So what I'm going to be doing is, because this is the problem, right? You can kind of see it here. It's kind of, it's like that on both sides. The other one's only holding in because of the zip ties. And now, previously, I thought he didn't actually epoxy this at all, but the guy that did the trade, he did epoxy it. Just not the best job in the world. Because you can tell, he did not use the epoxy, actually, it seems like hardly in between the joints, but rather just epoxy the sides. I'll take you off the stand here and show you what I mean. So, you can see, it's actually easier to see on this side because it's actually together. So you can see where there's daylight in between here, right? What it seems like he did is just put the epoxy over top rather than actually putting it in between. And I don't know what epoxy this is. So basically, I'm going to have to cut these zip ties. That's the only thing holding this in place right now, because trust me, it will come apart once I do that. And the other side's the same way. So I might actually have to sand this. That's annoying. I don't know. I'll see if I can get away without sanding it, but I might have to. Let's find out. All right, let's do this side first. So basically, what I have here is some clear grip Gorilla Glue. I have zip ties, which you want the black zip ties for this. I mean, not that it really matters, the zip ties are only going to be temporary anyways. And then I have a piece of bar stock here, but like I said, I don't have a saw that'll probably cut this. So this is going to be interesting to try and figure that one out sometime later. And I've got paper towels and WD-40 for like a cleaner. So first up, let's get my WD-40 and my Scotch towel here. And let's just try to begin here. So it'd be better to use like an alcohol wipe style, but honestly WD-40 works pretty good as a cleaner. Yeah, I'm not seeing hardly any epoxy in here. And yeah, it looks like he used barely any epoxy. Now here's the thing. It's better to use a little too much epoxy rather than too little, because you can always sand it down later. And he's definitely, this is some sort of a brown primer that's on here. But just want to make sure I get all the dirt and grime out of here so the epoxy actually sticks a little better, right? And then basically, it will have to be fiberglass a tad. I can already tell that. But, or even like plastic welding would actually work really well on this. But I don't have a plastic welder, so basically what I want here is the Gorilla Glue. Okay, take the cap off of this. Hopefully this will still work, because this has been in this was in my car for a while. But oh yeah, no, it still works. And just like I said, do that, right? Get the entire joint. Make sure none of your hair gets caught in the glue. And just get this little point here. All right. Then, what most people do, which is a bit of a mistake, they only epoxy the one side, but actually, if you do both sides of it, you'll actually get a better hold on it. So that's what I'm doing here. So just like that. Okay, pretty simplistic. Let's just put the cap back on this. Or actually what I'm going to do, little tip, is so you see the epoxy is trying to come out of this a little bit, right? Like this stuck on the end. Just grab a Q-tip, wipe it all around it, and try and get it off the top so that it doesn't just like harden in place. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna put the cap back on, and then I need my zip ties here. I just need 2 zip ties. And similarly to what he did, is let's try and find a joint on here. So I have to push this together like so. Make sure that it's like that. And then here, let's loosely put the zip ties in place, and then we can figure this out. So, okay, right? Unfortunately, this one has a bit of an issue with it, so that might be why this zip tie didn't actually hold properly. And let's just do that. Come on. Drop it on that. Put the zip tie on there. And then put that into there. And then, come on. I don't want to screw this up because, I mean, shoot. Got epoxy on my hands. I was hoping not to do that, but that's okay. There we go. Oh, no. Stay in your slot. I understand it's fighting every nature that you want to do right now because you naturally just want to slip out of that, don't you? Okay. Now move that slightly over. Shoot. Okay, just like that. And then this zip tie, can I make that any tighter? Or that actually might work. Might. I might need more epoxy here. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Hang on. Got to figure this out better, because I can't just hold this until it kind of hardens. Work smarter, not harder. Use gravity to your advantage. So, there we go. Now I flipped it the other way, I can potentially align this a little better. And then, okay, so now, what I want to do, I actually want to put a little more epoxy in these joints and stuff. So that's what I think I'm gonna do. Because there isn't quite enough there, you can just tell when it's in this position. So, let me grab my epoxy again, my Gorilla Glue, and get at her. Whoa, 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 steady as she goes. So steady as she goes. And the best part about this, like this can get into the voids and whatever else, but your best kind of way to make sure it does get into any of these voids is with your Q-tips or something like a pick of some description. You know, actually that might be okay. I'm just gonna put a slight bead over top. There we go. Then I'll grab my Q-tips and then we'll try and get that a little better in place. So, the fun times is doing this sort of stuff, right? So, very gently, just make sure that it gets deep in there. And this also helps wipe, oh shoot, okay? This also helps wipe the excess sort of epoxy away. Case in point, look how much extra there was, you know? And just do that. It helps push it in a little bit too. So, yeah, it's honestly, it's a good little thing to basically do. All right, now we wait for that to dry. I can move on to the other side, which I don't have my proper cutters on me. I don't know where they went. I think my dad last used them, and well, my dad is sleeping right now because he's working a night shift. So, but you see over there, and watch, as soon as I cut the zip tie, I bet this breaks free. 100%. Let's see, survey says. Not fully broken free, but close enough. I'd much rather it be fully broken free from that, as opposed to the way it is. We can still make it work. And you definitely did use epoxy in here all the way. Like this was a little better repair than the other side, but I don't know if it properly cured in time, because that might be the issue here. And the thing is, this is just going to stay on my deck for like 3 or 4 days until I get this good. So again, grab my paper towel, grab my WD-40, and let's us start cleaning. Because also that's the thing too, I don't know if you properly clean this or not. This side I might actually have to sand down. The other side I think I can get away with not doing that, aside from like making it look better, right? Let's see. So I'm gonna try this, and then if it doesn't work, you guys will know, right? I'll post a little short or whatever else like that on this to say if it worked or not, or you know, on Instagram, TikTok, all that different jazz, and short form content, right? Okay. All right, it's not the most ideal, but hopefully this will work. Because like I said, I will probably have to either file this down or sand it down. I don't think I would actually do it with file. It's like right in here, right? I'll find that later, I think. I know I have one. Oh, it's right there. All right, change of plan. I'm going to file down his old epoxy with this, if I can. If I can actually get it in there. Like I said, I wish this was a full break, not just a partial break. Oh, there we go. I'm actually getting some of it. It's more acting like a pick as opposed to anything else. Ah, whatever. Okay. All right. Now that's done. I need the epoxy again, which is over there. Need my epoxy, my Q-tip, and let's just do what we do here. And you can tell, there's even like a little crack right here too. In this is the problem with this cheap aftermarket parts, because this is the GT front bumper cover. I don't think I've actually explained that throughout this entire video of what this is. So this is the Aero Foxbody GT front bumper cover that I picked up yesterday in a trade for some of my old parts off the stitch, plus some cash too. So it was a good deal for me overall. It gets him what he needs. Not ultimately what he wants 100%, but at least his 82 goes back to being a 4i rather than being an Aero. And it's such a shame. And if you convert a 4i to an Aero, shame on you. There we go. Okay. Now I want to grab my zip ties, which are over there. And we'll kind of smush this together and make it work. So, zip tie. Like I said, I need 2 zip ties again. And you guys will kind of see in real time, you know, how long this will take, excluding the actual curing process, because that could take actually a couple days. But that's why, like I said, I do minimal editing on my channel, and I do things very simplistic to kind of show you guys, you know, you can do this too, right? Like, this is not a tough repair to do at all. It's actually fairly simplistic. And one of the more basic repairs that one could actually do to their bodywork. So, okay, get that. Here's the thing, I kind of want to curve that down. Then zip tie it like that, and then, oh, shoot. Shoot! I think I screwed up my zip ties. Yes, I did. I need to cut the zip tie and get another one. Hang on a second. This is just kind of droning on. There we go. That only took me, you know, about 10 seconds. So, and then just cut this off, because the one issue that I had there was the zip tie actually made it too short. So basically what I need to do, okay, wrap this one around that, make sure that the teeth are actually on the inside, like that, do that, and then when I'm tightening this up, I don't want it to tighten past this point right here, basically, right? So now that I have that kind of in place, do this, make sure that's tight on there. I just don't want to make this slip off, but it's worth it. Okay, there we go. All right, that should actually be okay. There is still voids though, which I don't like that. This might have to have some fiberglassing done to it because, like I said, I don't like seeing these voids at all that are within the bodywork here. So, all right, now I grab my Q-tip again and make sure that that's actually properly lined up there. Oh, it's actually already starting to cure. Wow, that was quick. Not perfectly, of course, because, again, it hasn't been sitting for that long, but it's starting to harden. And then, yeah, because, actually, you know what might keep this together? It might work. I don't know for sure. Bondo. I think I might have some Bondo around. And just, because here's the thing, it's polyurethane, so it's not the end of the world. You know, if you do actually Bondo this, it's better if you, like, do plastic welding or something like that. All right. Now that's going to sit here. Both sides are going to hopefully cure. And then we'll see where this goes. Now, you can actually make this process a little quicker by using a propane torch as an example on this and just making it do better. But to be honest, I want it to cure properly, so I'm not going to use heat to my advantage here. This is going to sit overnight and into tomorrow, because like I said, the total cure time for this Gorilla Glue, if I remember correctly, it's like 2 to 3 days. So yeah, so that's basically where we're at now. And then once this is cured, that little piece of bar stock that I showed earlier, I want to put in between these two joints here so that it holds up a lot better, right? But it'd be actually not quite at the joint, like it'd be a little further back from it, so that there is a proper physical connection, that it isn't just the polyurethane or epoxy holding these two pieces together on both sides. So yeah, we'll see how this turns out. Like I said, there will be a short little update on this in the future. So appreciate y'all coming out. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Nose is running because even though it's warm out here, it's still a little bit chilly.